Yeah, what?
You're not having any mic cutoffs from me?
Not that I can hear.
Okay. Hey, good to see you, Maya Moore.
This tonight.
Hey,
Yep.
Lord Forth. Good to see both of you here tonight. Thanks for joining us. We'll get started here in just a moment. We had a little bit of last-minute stuff we had to work on, but we got it all sorted out.
There we go.
Good
Dark
afternoon,
mode.
Patrick. Good afternoon, Patrick.
Okay, that's better.
All right, well, Evelyn's doing just a little bit of last-minute stuff. Let's go ahead and let's kick off our Blue Box video while we're waiting.
All right.
Welcome, welcome. Hey, Miss Millie. And welcome, welcome, welcome. We are in Blue Box, Loremaster's Arcanum, episode number 45. And tonight we are world building in the great world of Aethviir.
Yes.
This is, as always, I am joined by the amazing Evelyn Theater Evie, and this is going to be her show tonight. So I'm up in the little corner and little box. She's going to be up in the big blue box, and we're going to be switching back and forth on a couple of these views. I have just one or two things I'll show during the evening, but most of the time, you guys are going to be with us in this view, where you're going to be seeing her screen. We're using that really cool tool I've talked about, OBS Ninja. It's a great way for remote screen sharing. So even though I'm running the OBS, Evelyn has control of her screen, therefore what you're seeing during the show tonight. She's going to be focused a lot in World Anvil, which is a tool that I use as well. I also have a world that I'm building, but I put everything on hold when I launched Greyhawk Awakening because I'm investing so much time into GHA and the story and the campaign. But that world will eventually, I think, make its way to the Greyhawk multiverse. I think it's got a really nice place it can fit. But this is not about me or my world. This is about Evelyn and her world tonight. So Evelyn, I'm going to let you pretty much run things. I'll throw a few comments and questions in, but take it away.
Sure. Okay. So I have actually finally started putting stuff in the World Anvil. It's taken me a minute, but I've actually started doing that. And basically, I've been gathering my notes and pulling them all in here to kind of better organize everything. And it's actually been surprisingly helpful. I haven't figured out everything yet, but it's been helping me kind of organize my thoughts a lot as I go forward. So basically, right now it's incomplete, but I have put in a good chunk of the timeline, which is very helpful down in here. And you can't really see it in this view, but if I come over here into the actual page for it, the history of the world is this one, and it kind of starts at the beginning of everything up until a certain point. And I have much more to add, but I've at least started getting everything in there. Are there dinosaurs in my world? I don't know. Maybe.
and real quick, I want to show, because the reason you're seeing everything in a sort of portrait aspect ratio is because Evelyn is sharing multiple windows on a single monitor right now. But let me just show you what a normal layout looks like for the Riven Realm page, for the World Anvil page using my Riven Realm. And you can see what a normal sort of 16:9 menu would look like. You have your menu options over here for maps, timelines, secrets, so on and so forth. You can expand things like culture, race, settlements. You put maps, all the things she's going to be showing you tonight. But I didn't want you to think you get some sort of very small palette to work with in World Anvil. It's just a function of the limitations we're working with tonight. All right, so go ahead.
Oh so this is kind of the screen I'm on right now is like basically the world page. Like when you say view world, this is what you see. But most of the actual editing happens on the dashboard, which is very useful. And you can see here there's all these different buttons and things. And I haven't done a ton in this yet, but I've gone through and popped in a couple of things just to give an idea. I have pretty much all of my countries and the actual continents that these countries are in already laid out. However, they're just not in here yet. But for example, for settlement, since this was my major settlement that we were in for, let's see, pull up my existing ones. Where is the list? I cannot remember.
Which one? There you go.
Settlements. Here we go. Should be in here. Yeah, so right here, I'm going to delete these blanks. We have the Divine City, which is actually the place that I ran my one-shot in. And so I can actually pull it up and it actually it has the description and the makeup of the all of my notes for the city in here. And as I'm going through, this was all from my notes that I have because I use my tablet for most of my like writing after I've made paper notes, because I like to like write down, like as I have ideas I have like I'll grab a scrap of paper, jot it down really quick so that I can save it for later, and then type it out into my master world building document that I have that's on my iPad. But yeah, so in there I have like all of my countries and continents pretty much. I still have some places to name and things right now, but for the most part I kind of at least have the general gist of what the world looks like in my head. So I've been going through a lot of that and just breaking that all down. And as I come up with ideas for various places, I will, make a note of that. And sometimes it's just general like impressions of a place before I like break it out further. And so, yeah, I have a lot of random scratchy notes everywhere. But yes, and I have like I said, the timeline, which I am currently just inputting from my notes over there, which we can see through this history of the world. And it starts out as 0, and it, you can kind of go through. And the nice thing is like if you want to, like I accidentally typed one of the dates wrong on one of them, and you can just go back and re-edit it and adjust, and you can actually do like the year, month, day, and hour down to the hour of like when certain things happen, so that you can keep track of that. And basically what for all of my timeline moments, I'm just trying to get in general descriptions of what happened at each of these points, and that'll be able to be expounded upon later as I kind of fill in those spots. But I'm just kind of trying to get the establishment of the framework of kind of where the major points hit at this point. So yeah, I don't know. It's pretty cool. I really like the and then I'm trying to think of how, like what specifically to go into.
Yeah, I think what I was hoping. Yeah, hey, Anna B. Meyer, good to have you on. No pressure, Evelyn. We're talking world building with Anna B. Meyer on. I thought really what we'd like to do tonight, if you're up for this, is to throw out some topics, areas of your world that you want to explore, get some input and ideas from the fans, and let them offer suggestions up. So really, however you want to do this, it's all yours.
Well, let's go into then. One of the big things that I would love to do is talk a little bit about my pantheon. Because I have a lot of deities right now, but I have several that I have not decided on their names and kind of their domains and what they kind of cover. So that might be something fun we could kind of do and talk a little bit about what they would look like or they would kind of cover. So I think that might be a fun thing to do. Right now, I have a few that my players from my game on that one shot that we ran in the Divine City actually would know a few of these, because the Divine City is specifically aligned to all of the lawful or neutral good deities. There are no other alignment deities within that space. So they know Lucian, the Lady of Light, Aethviir, Paragon of Truth, and Arvid, the Shining Champion. So Arvid, the Shining Champion, is my paladin, deity. He is the lawful good of lawful good, and he is the, representative of all of that. But yeah, so I don't know, like, I need deities from every alignment. So if other people want to help me think of ideas for like the various names,
we already have one. I don't know if you saw it. You already have a suggestion in there. Padros thought that a good deity name would be Bob. Yeah. So
I think that that could be interesting, but maybe not.
Okay, so not so far helpful. Pat 66 now. George, the god of trees, and shrubbery.
We actually have a Verdina, the matron of nature. She is my nature deity. So chaotic neutral, lawful neutral. Oh, that's a good. And irritant, the stickler of details. I see.
I like that one.
But yeah, I don't know how helpful I'm being here.
The stickler of details.
God of fish. We could actually use a deity for the fishermen and those who see over the seas. Call it George for the trees. Sperm. The god of shrubbery and herrings.
Thank you very much, Patrick.
Cat neutral Festus, Lord of. Nice. God of bodily functions. But I actually like Festus as particularly possibly a chaotic neutral deity of festivity, perhaps. The
hedonistic
representative of the bard in particular. Ooh, yes. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna make notes. I'm gonna make notes on this. I like that idea.
Which one? The Festus of festivity?
Yeah, for drink and festive. Carl, god of ancient animals. Carl. He specifically represents the attack llama or death llama. Padrauzicus, god of trolls. Okay. Oh, god of
come
fame.
on, Toriano. That Cade, god of drunkenness.
Cade, god of drunkenness. I'm sure Cade would love to be a deity in this. Cade probably, if you can't find a deity, why not become one, right? Okay, so Festus, the we're gonna just festivity and music. I think we'll go that way. And then we got to think about the domains that this chaotic neutral deity would oversee. What would his domains be? Probably trickery, I would imagine. Let's see. Priests would have to cast spells if they're drunk. That's trickery. Well, and chaos. Tarzanicus, Lord of the Jungle. Chaos and trickery. I have to pull up my list because I can't even remember all the domains. Pathfinder. Let's see. Holy symbol, small vial in the shape of a shot glass. I think maybe even just like a chalice. Zerod, not sure the god of. Ooh, I like that name though. What Biggie Paul, what alignment would you put that at? That particular name? Because I like that name. What do you imagine Zerod is aligned? Chaotic. Okay, chaotic. Good, chaotic, neutral, chaotic evil, lawful evil, god of retribution.
Yeah,
I like that.
The Zod from Superman. That was the first thing I thought of too. When so we're on the same page, Castblade.
I like that though. That's a good idea. We're gonna grab that. Zerod, lawful evil, god of retribution. Vengeance.
I think we need to change our Nightbot command. I don't know that we can say we're a new and inspired brand anymore.
Yeah.
We're coming up on 2 years. Probably about time to come up with a new description.
Yeah, I think we probably should. Ooh, that would be a good one. Okay, so he's lawful evil. Tempest is one of the... Okay, let's see. Let's pull up these domains, because... Okay, so... Chaos... I think going back to Festus, he would definitely have the charm domain. Ooh, god of thieves and assassins. That's a good one. No worries. Ooh. I actually like that. Okay. Let's see. So Shalar, Shadow Walker, god of thieves and assassins. I like that. Think that would, yeah. Vivith, goddess of innocence and wonder. Oh.
I like the principle as the principle of him being skullduggery. That's such an underused term.
Sure. God of skullduggery. And I can always fill a lot of this stuff in later. Innocence and wonder. Okay. I think...
Thanks for all the suggestions, everyone. The serious ones and the not so serious ones.
And pockets. Innocence, wonder, and pockets. And lack of personal space. Natamurcha. Worldwide eyed. Oh, these are so good. There's so many good ideas. You guys are the best. I need to just like write them down. Can't keep up typing. Goddess of Wonder.
How do you pronounce that, Toriano? Is that Yammer or Yamer?
God of Persuasion. Yeah, because kind of, yeah.
Yammer, yeah, I like that.
Yammer.
There actually is a way to save these chats. There's a chat export feature. We don't use it, but I could do it.
Persuasion. Oh, persuasion or deception. That could be cool though, like as a neutral deity, having them be the two-sided of the coin of both types of persuasion, be it truthful or not. Tanglefoot, god of lost socks. Hammer, the god of construction. All right, all right. Jonathan, god of glitter and explosives. You're really never gonna ever live the glitter bomb thing down, John.
I don't really see how I have to live it down. Rory has to live it down.
Yeah, but it always comes back. John would be the god of random death and destruction. Oh,
true neutral.
No, that's all the dice.
Yeah, well, I would go, if you did something like that, I would go Gygaxian and make it like Noj, N-O-H-J or something, you know.
Noj, yeah.
Can't have a god named John. That just doesn't sound right.
It's like Bob. Doesn't work. I do have to say, I already do have a god of death, so Smoky, god of bears and forest fires. Yeah, no. Getting very Cletus, god of chasing and trapping. So only you can prevent infidels. Jeez.
By the way, I forgot yesterday to wish everybody a happy Gary Gygax Day. Shame on me. So,
oh, yes.
A belated happy Gary Gygax Day.
Because that was yesterday.
Yeah, that's right.
God of parties. Frederick's god of lovers. Ernest, god of chaos. Yeah, we have a lot of chaotic deities. Instead of fireball is water all. Bud, god of beer. Water ball. All right. So let's see. I need a couple more chaotic good deities. Raven, goddess of Raven, god of birds, true neutral. Ooh. Okay. Gygaxian, the All-Father, the creator.
That's funny. In Riven Realm, the world I'm building, the primary continent is called Aethviir, but the world itself is called Gaiax, G-A-Y-A-X.
Gotta give it up.
So she needs a couple chaotic good gods, right?
All right. Something for anger here. Vosta, chaos. Ooh, god of feasts. Okay. Zastria, god of the elements, god of festivals. Yes.
I don't know, Evelyn. I'm just not thinking
God.
Bud, God of Beer, is going to make the cut. I think that might be on the cutting room floor.
I think, but Vostok, we have a god of festivity and like, but that would be a really good one for like the harvest. Because I could see like having a really good harvest festival that uses his whole thing. I like that. Excalibus, god of holy arms and armaments. Vastria, god of elements. All right. Ooh. Could be a goddess. Could be a goddess. Yep. Any deity of any sort I would love. Just throwing out ideas, taking notes. I also need way more evil deities. They're actually my current shortest list.
So
baddies.
I'm a huge fan, and I've just finished reading Heroes. There's a principal character in Joe Abercrombie's books by the name of Bayaz, Bayaz, and he's actually a very powerful mage. He's kind of a principal figure in the world, but he's really not a very good guy. I think he would be a perfect sort of a model for a lawful evil god.
Okay. Math god of problems. Ooh. God of roads. Murphy, the god of broken stuff.
See, this is what you get when you ask the mad chatters.
Hecate. Dang. Right? Glue John, god of party kills. I feel like these are getting really specific, y'all.
It's like I have other things that I do when I play D&D. I don't know how I've been labeled like for two things: not playing dinosaurs and killing players.
I mean, we give John a hard time, but like out of the very many years that I've played with him, not that many people have died, unless like they're usually for like bad choices or the person is leaving.
Notice she didn't say not that many characters have died. She said not that many people have died. So
I mean,
no, nasty crits, bad decisions, combinations of the two. Those are the primary reasons.
Yeah. I like that name. I actually already have a goddess of light. That's Lucian. But I like Lothara. It's a great name for a goddess. Gotta figure out. Terrible. Ooh.
Right, Scott?
Interesting. Tim, god of maiming. All right. I think we probably have a really good list that I'll go through now with all that stuff. I think we could go on to something else because I don't want to spend all night like trying to come up with names of deities, but like that was super helpful. Ooh. Okay, write that one down too real quick. All right. Cool. Awesome. All right. So now that's a thing. I was thinking perhaps. So pick something. All right. That's what I want to do. Okay. So I have a village that I actually used in my one shot that I did at BlueBoxCon, but I didn't really flesh that out as much because they were going on a specific quest to like an area outside, so they didn't have to interact with a lot of people within the town. But it would be really good to actually come up with some of the like shops and the leadership of the town. So maybe we can think of like the name of the mayor and some of the names of like the various shops in the town. The only thing I actually had for this town, which is called Resden, by the way, it's in a country called Arindia. The only thing that is actually specifically named right now is called the Gilded Raven Inn, and that is actually where these players started off their quest. They got their mission from a mysterious stranger in the Gilded Raven Inn. So perhaps we can think of like, who's our mayor in Resden? Who is Mayor Shavian Lisk? Okay.
I kind of dig it.
I like that name.
Can you give us? Do you have any sense of the culture of the country?
So the country overall. So part of it, the country is, well, I should say, this country actually abuts up to the Anointed Empire, which is the Divine City. It's this area that's been closed off forever. This country in itself is primarily the primary population of it is human, half-elves, and elves. There are some other peoples, but that's very much primarily that. Its heavily influence is very much, I would say, Nordic.
Okay.
As far as like the feel of it. Not actually high class. These are not high elves. These are more I would say that, you know, they have relations to their high elven relatives, but I would say as far as the livelihoods of these people, it's mostly modest. You know, there are those that are in the higher classes, but it's primarily a very modest society. Very agrarian. And Arindia is actually the largest settlement within this country. Or not Arindia. Resden is the largest settlement in this country. So,
do you have any? I'm sorry. Do you have any sense of like population when you say large? Is this a fairly metropolitan area?
It's. I would say it. Where's my numbers? This one is. Yeah, that one is 25,000 people.
Okay, all right. So 25,000 people, biggest city in Arindia. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So
that helps you guys?
it's fairly populous as far as places go. So, we have a great name for our mayor. Are they a monarchy? This particular country is run by a parliament sort of system. So it's more of a council rather than a singular monarch.
Given that it's a multiracial metropolitan
Lindor's
town.
Shop of Timepieces. Ooh.
Given that it's a multiracial and highly metropolitan town, did you have any thoughts on the percentage of population? Would this be more likely to be a human mayor, an elven mayor, or some other?
The mayor is a human, yes.
Okay.
All right. Like that. We got a bakery and a place of timepieces. What about a bookshop? Do you guys have any sense of a good name for a bookshop? Because I know that there's always a wizard looking for a good bookshop. Ooh, and mule rental. Ooh, okay. Lyrical's bookshop. Who? Okay. Shop. The bookery. Big John steak and onion. Pages books. Right? Strimmies, boots and shoes. Who is their god? So the deities in this particular area is covered by this primarily. Let me see my notes on that. So Aethviir, the Paragon of Truth, and then let's see, Verdina, Matron of Nature, and Asht, the Weaver of Magic. They're all the ones that kind of cover that area. Forgotten Lore and Lost Pages. The Rare Page. Ooh. Puissance! What type of military police presence is there? They have a guard that is part of the general country's guard that makes up the Lost Pages need a good night. Miss Kitty's brothel and bait shop. Best place to get information in town. Spear and Shakes Co. Bookers. I see what you did there, Obsidian. We do need a Chandler. What would you name the Chandler, Caesar?
Jeff, I gotta ask though. It's been bugging me, and maybe I should know better. What is the connection, other than the alliteration, between brothel and bait?
I'm not sure.
No, I'm wanting to see what Jeff says. He's the one that put it in there.
What is their economy based on? They primarily trade with they primarily produce crops, a lot of crusty orcs bar tab, a lot of wheat, a lot of various fruits, and just vegetables in general. They do also produce quite a bit of ore through the mountain ranges that are at the southern part of the country. A lot of iron in particular. Need a dive bar. Yes, I do need I need another inn that is not as nice as the Gilded Raven. So if someone wants to give me the shady shady one. The Block and Tackle. That's a good name. They do not have a standing army or militia. No, they train as needed, but they have not had a war situation in a very long time. They just have a guard that they keep trained to protect the borders from any attacks. There's the occasional, bandit and brigand thing on the highways, but it's been pretty quiet there for the most part.
Really good questions, though. I like the questions. And I see what Scott did there. My mind was going the same place. I don't know if you got the Gilded Raven, then perhaps the tongue-in-cheek, innkeep or tavern keep who starts it up in the dark quarter has the Rusty Crow.
Mm-hmm. I like that. Amel's Diner. I actually get that reference. I understood that reference. The heft. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we have to update that Nightbot command or that Nightbot
it's annoying
timer.
me now that I'm looking at it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make a note right now. Let's see, Nightbot timer. Oh my gosh.
It doesn't normally do it that frequently, does it?
Yes, it was.
Wow. Yeah, sorry, everybody. It's good for me to sit back and watch a little bit.
All right. Okay, so got some good ideas for our bookshop and our tavern. What about let's think of the major things. We need like a general like supply store where our adventurers can gather what they need for all their equipment and things. Could use a blacksmith. We could name our blacksmith. Maybe a potion or magic specific shop. Evelyn's Emporium. Yeah, I feel like that might be a little bit too yeah, no.
No, I mean, it's your world. I like it. I mean, Evelyn actually is a name that fits in almost any of these sorts of settings. It sounds arcane in nature. It could be a power. I don't think that's overly self-serving.
Walls Marticus. Five-finger discounters for Millie's Curious. Oh, I like it. Five-finger discount. Bye, Jay. Thanks for coming.
Thanks, Jay. We'll see you in a bit.
Kmart, you can get anything and nothing there at the same time. Butcher. Blue Torch sales and service. Swirly's concoction for potion needs. Griffin's Library of Magic Knowledge.
You might want to call J.K. Rowling on that one first, Patrick.
Oh, there's so many good things.
I like Plow and Barrel. Best shine around. No, William, just no.
Spot's Pet Store. See, the Plow and Barrels, it not only could it be the best moonshine, but they could also sell gunpowder there, and it just adds it to another level of explosive. I could see the owner of that being very eccentric. Hello!
Hey, Greg. Good to see you, my friend. Thanks for joining us. We're just having a little world building chat here with Evelyn.
Yeah.
In her amazing world, Aethviir, and we're helping with naming and characters and gods and all kinds of fun stuff.
Deep chef mining and meat pies. Miners' wives used to make pies. Yes! That's awesome. See. Who's our local blacksmith? Like, we definitely need a blacksmith, someplace for an armorer.
Something a little more original than Gary's first effort. We love Brother
We don't
Smith,
even have to
but-
name the shop. It would be fun to name the character. Hatchets, Barber, and Dentistry. As one should. The barber did the dentistry back then. Little off the top, little out the mouth. All right. Ooh, a Jolly Dodd, the blacksmith. I love that. Can see this person as being kind of middle-aged. He's been doing this for a while. An ex-pirate. Ooh, yep. Very, very much so. With a name like Jolly Dodd, you had to have been an ex-pirate. I mean, no doubt. Wilhelm's protective equipment. X on Tuesdays. All right. Ooh. I see what you did there, Bulbinammer. Investigations. Probably not, no. All right. Miro and Cassie, armor, weapons, and barbecue. Your one-stop shop. Swifty Lightfoots. I like that one. All right. I know we're getting close to time. The time. I don't know.
Thank you for all the good ideas,
Hello!
everybody. Oh, hey, Bill. Good to see you. Love the work I'm seeing you do with that Reaper set, man. Wow. Incredible. The invitation is still here. Tennessee's a great place to live, my friend.
So we're actually gonna do this really quickly. Since this one hasn't actually been entered yet. I'm gonna enter that. Okay. I'll add the rest of this.
Yeah, but it's so
later.
beautiful in fall and spring, and we don't get those harsh winters, Bill. Jay knows.
No, we just, melt slowly in the summertime.
Jay knows I've been trying to seduce you for a year, so it's okay.
All right. Put where is it? I gotta put Jolly Dot in here. We need to. Yeah.
This is interesting. I'm just watching. There's very, very little lag tonight between the live and the stream. That's interesting.
Awesome. Putting a little note pointers in here to go back to. Whoops. Save changes. All right. So, believe that's a good place to stop. I have tons of notes to put in. So, thank y'all for helping. I have so much stuff to go through and add to my stuff now. So, it's been such a huge help.
That's great. So, just as we get ready to wrap up here, and we're going to raid Jay, Evelyn, talk a little bit about when you started this, what made you start this project.
So I started, it's been about a year and a half ago, I think, when I was specifically very active on working on it. I had the ideas a little bit longer back than that, but actually actively working on it, it's been about a year and a half now. The reason why I wanted to start it, and I think I mentioned this a little bit when we were talking about world building last time, was just that when I had decided that I wanted to DM, I love the stories that exist, but I've always been one who likes to create stories of my own, and I've been writing since I was, I don't know, early teenager. I like to write short stories, and I even sat down one summer when I was, I think, around 16, 17, and wrote an entire novel, never published it, and it's lost to the ether now because it was on my parents' stuff. But yeah, so when I decided I wanted to DDM, I decided it would be good to create a story that I wanted to tell and have other people kind of be able to take part in. So that's what kind of led me to heading down this particular path.
Oh, that's fantastic. You wouldn't have any idea how many hours you put into it so far, would you?
At least a couple hundred. I don't know exactly.
Okay. And then, so I know it's those that watch the one shot or some of the players that played in it may have some of this lore, but for the rest of the group here that's on, thank you very much for the follow, Ragnar for Life too. What is the general bent of differentiation in the world? Meaning, is it magic? Is it the pantheon? Is it economy, politics? What is going to be the thrust of what makes this world to you feel different than other worlds?
I mean, I think just if you look at the very get-go of this world, nothing existed before magic. Magic existed first, and kind of everything sprung from the wellspring of that source of magic, which has led to a lot of different things, and primarily some very strange things going afoot because of the places where these surges of magic have happened throughout history. And like there's a point, like there was a big conflict early on between the pantheons, and the actual deities end up losing a lot of their power because of them overly tapping into the magic of the spheres, I could put it that way. But they overly tapped into that to basically conquer the evil deities, and they've been sealed away into a separate plane known as the in-between. And so like there's a lot of the standard politics of just living in a world, but a lot of it is springing from the various influences that this kind of unseen force, well, mostly unseen, I should say, unseen force kind of pushes people and the creatures and things in this world toward.
Okay, no, I like that. And so if you come back to what we talked about last week with wizards and, really jumping into topic, I guess it was the week before, it's all blurring together now, topics of sorcery versus, charisma-based spellcasting versus intelligence-based spellcasting and arcana. Does that relate at all to what you're describing? I like sometimes those ideas that you see where do you have to have the touch to be able to cast magic, or is it simply a discipline that can be learned? Is there a lot of channel casting or sorcery type spells?
I mean, there's different levels of it. Like there are wizards in the world that can train and learn to harness the Aethviir weave, and like but there are also peoples that are actually having been born in places where the actual flow of the weave has burst through into the material plane, where if they're born near there, they are what is known as Aethviir touched. And Josh actually played one of those characters in my one shot. And these people are aligned to specific sorts of magics, elemental magics in particular, and they have a particular, so the people of these types are going to be more they tend to be sorcerers and but have a specific influence over certain elements of the Aethviir.
Well, I love that. That sounds. I remember hearing you talk about the Aethviir touched when I watched some of it, and I thought that was a really cool concept. So, Evelyn, thank you again as always, and a lot of fun tonight. Thank you to all the Mad Chatters for all the suggestions and ideas, and we'll be doing more of these in the coming months. As I mentioned, Evelyn's going to run this once a month for the next several months, and then when we get into 22 at some point, she'll launch the full campaign when she feels like she's got sufficient content and material. But we're so excited about it. We're excited about all the things that are going on here at Blue Box. And don't forget Virtual Greyhawk Con coming up October 1st through 3rd. We've got 2 sessions on Blue Box. Really excited about those. So make sure you're signed up and get your tickets, like $5 to get into the Virtual Greyhawk Con. Just basically covers costs. And thank you to all of our friends and sponsors. And we're going to go ahead and raid Lord Gazumba while the raid is queuing up. Evelyn, any final thoughts that you would like to share?
I don't have anything else to add, but just thank you all for being here tonight, and we have the best chat.
Thank you. Here we go. Rating now.
All right.